What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about Kylian Mbappe and his interview where he talks extensively about Liverpool Football Club and how Liverpool are a winning machine. So lots of interesting information for you guys in this video. And also Manchester United have been charged by the FA after the Liverpool-Man United game, so all the details on that as well in this video, and what Trent Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez thought after the Manchester United victory. But first, let's talk about Kylian Mbappe. And there is just so much talk and so much stuff coming out between Liverpool and Kylian Mbappe. First, of course, Mbappe said that he likes to play as Liverpool when he is playing FIFA. And also later, Trent Alexander-Arnold copied the famous Mbappe celebration in one of the Liverpool games. And of course, Mbappe replied to that on Twitter. And now, in an interview, Mbappe was asked about Liverpool and he said some very good praising words about Liverpool Football Club. And also later I will reveal what else he said about his personal future in this interview. So guys, if you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like. It really helps me out and shows me that you guys enjoy these types of videos, and subscribe if you are new with notifications on so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news. And this is what Mbappe said. What Liverpool do in this moment is amazing. They are like a machine. They have found a rhythm and they are like, we play again, and we win again, and we win again. They have lost 0 games. When you watch, you think everything is so easy, but that's not easy. The Liverpool guys are so focused. They play games every 3 days and they win and they win and they win. Now the problem is that everybody watches Liverpool and everybody watches what we can do against them. So now they have to show they are strong again, and it's a very good team with a very good manager. So I think that Mbappe loves Liverpool. Of course, it looks like he is, like a small kind of Liverpool fan in a way, because every time he talks about the Premier League, he talks about Liverpool. So there is too much talk going on between Mbappe and Liverpool players for it to be absolutely nothing. And I think the only thing stopping Liverpool from signing Mbappe is the money. But what happens if Mbappe runs down his contract at Paris Saint-Germain and goes to Liverpool? Or what happens if he just has 1 year left and Paris Saint-Germain has to accept a cut price deal? Of course, Mbappe ruled out a move in the January transfer window because he's a loyal guy, he wants to stay at Paris Saint-Germain. But he said that you never know what will happen in the summer. So that is basically a door being opened, wide open for Liverpool Football Club and for Nike, brand that Mbappe represents, and the brand that Liverpool will have on their kits from next season, because Liverpool and Nike just announced very recently that they will be partnering up. And I think that somehow there could be a way where Nike helps Liverpool sign Mbappe, which would be absolutely amazing. Mbappe, of course, is a World Cup winner and he is scoring goal after goal after goal in the French League and in the Champions League as well. So after Mbappe won the World Cup with France in 2018, of course he was already at Paris Saint-Germain on loan, but he signed permanently. In his first season first full season with Monaco, he scored 26 goals, and then before the World Cup he scored 21 goals for Paris Saint-Germain. But then after the World Cup he scored 39 goals in 43 games. Absolutely incredible numbers. And this season he already has 21 goals in 22 games. So he's not slowing down. He's just getting better and better and better. And if you consider that Mbappe is just 21 years old, I mean, even if Liverpool sign him for a crazy amount like 150 or 200 million, his resale value will be as much or even more than his buying value. So I think that it's a no-brainer move for Liverpool if we can somehow afford him. But let's see what Mbappe said about these transfer rumors. everybody talks about this. This is what Mbappe said. When I was young, I talked about it too, but now, because I'm a player and I know it's not the moment to talk about it, we are in January. It's the money time of the season. Imagine if I answer your question and say something. Everybody will talk about it and it's not good for Paris Saint-Germain. Now, I'm with Paris Saint-Germain and I'm 100% with the club. I want to help the club grow this season, to win a lot of titles. So for me, it's not good to talk about my future. And of course, Mbappe already scored at Anfield against Liverpool in the Champions League last season. So I think Jurgen Klopp is a big fan of Mbappe, and he previously said that Mbappe is a super talented player, and if there is a way for Liverpool to sign Mbappe, Jurgen Klopp would love to do it. I'm sure of it, because he always spoke about Mbappe very, very highly, and glowing references all around, in my opinion. And also Mbappe continued talking about the potential transfer. I think about Paris Saint-Germain because PSG helped me. I came here when I was 18. I was a talent, but I was not a superstar. Now I'm a superstar thanks to Paris Saint-Germain and to the French national team. I have to stay calm and stay focused on PSG. But after the season, at the end of the season, we will see. But now I'm focused on my game and I'm 100% with Paris Saint-Germain. So that basically says that until the summer he rules out anything happening, but in the summer he will see whether he is interested in a move. So he's not ruling out anything, and I think that's very smart. There are only a few clubs that can afford Mbappe. One of them, of course, is Real Madrid, and Zinedine Zidane, a French manager, is of course a huge fan of Mbappe. He talked about Mbappe previously. So I think in the summer, if either Real Madrid or Liverpool or another club who really want Mbappe come in, then he can say to Paris Saint-Germain, I want to leave, I want to go. The big problem is that Mbappe still has like a good 3 years left on his contract. So there has to be an enormous money put on the table for Paris Saint-Germain to even consider selling Mbappe. And I think that probably Neymar will leave PSG in the next 1 or 2 years. There is of course a lot of rumors going on that Barcelona want to bring back Neymar, and that would leave Paris Saint-Germain without one of their biggest superstars. And also Cavani, one of the best strikers in the world, has handed in a transfer request recently because Chelsea, Inter Milan, even Manchester United are interested in Edinson Cavani. But of course the biggest favorites to land him is Atletico Madrid, because they already have a lot of South American players and Cavani is from Uruguay. So Cavani will probably go to either to Atletico or Inter Milan, or maybe even to Chelsea. But I think that if Paris Saint-Germain lose Cavani in January, and if they lose Neymar in the summer, there is no way they will let Mbappe go out of the door as well. I just can't see it happening unless an enormous, like £250 million bid comes in. And frankly, even with Liverpool getting potentially the biggest club commercially in England, I mean with the most revenue, ahead of Manchester United, because we are about to overtake Manchester United in that area and become the most attractive club and the biggest club in terms of revenue in England, with the continued success that Liverpool are having. 2 Champions League finals in a row, 1 second place finish in the Premier League. This season hopefully we will win the title. So Liverpool are growing commercially, even with the increased revenue and the new sponsorship deals and everything. It's very difficult to see Liverpool spending about 150-200 million pounds on one player. But Liverpool could easily afford spending that amount of money on Van Dijk, spending that amount of money on Alisson. But remember, that was because we sold Coutinho for an incredible 140 million pounds to Barcelona. The big question, will Liverpool consider selling one of their front 3 players? I really hope not, but if that's the only way to bring in Mbappe, I mean, it will be very difficult for me to answer. Do I want either Salah, Mane or Firmino sold if that's the only way that we can bring in Mbappe? Right now, I would say no. Maybe 1 year from now, so in 2021 in the summer, when Salah and Mane and Firmino are like 29 years old, maybe then, if one of them slows down a little bit in terms of their numbers and their contribution, maybe then I will say yes. But right now, I wouldn't swap any of Liverpool's current front three for Mbappe. That's just my honest opinion, but let me know what do you think about that. And Mbappe is a very humble and very smart guy. For just a 20-year-old, like almost a kid, he is way more mature than anybody I have seen his age playing at the top of his game. Honestly, I mean, to become world champions at such a young age, at 19 years old as a teenager, I mean, only Pelé has done that, being the top scorer for Brazil in like 1958, I think. So Mbappe is a generational talent in my opinion. And if Liverpool have a chance to sign him, I think we should take it, but only if it makes sense in all kinds of ways, financially and everything, because I don't want Liverpool to go like half bankrupt just to sign Mbappe, because already we are the best team in Europe. So, but I think that personally, if Mbappe would have a choice, he would sign for Liverpool in a heartbeat. But he's a smart guy. He knows that it's not that easy. It has to make sense financially for Paris Saint-Germain as well, to sell Mbappe and football-wise as well. And now this is a big news. Manchester United have been charged by the English FA for failing to ensure that their players conducted themselves in an orderly fashion during the Liverpool-Manchester United big match at Anfield. And De Gea and a few other Man United players ran over to the referee after, you know, Firmino scored the second goal, which wasn't given by VAR. And I think that it's right that they get a penalty for that, because you just can't go over to the referee and just surround him, and like they almost tore his head off. They were like lunatics on the pitch, and there was no respect, absolutely no respect for the referee in that instance. And it's true that the players didn't act in a proper orderly fashion. So I think that Man United have until Thursday to respond to the charge, and it's likely that they will not do so and will be given a fine for their players' actions. I don't think I've ever seen De Gea being so agitated and so angry about the referee's decisions, but I think it was more because Man United are so much struggling, and they knew that if it's 2-0 for Liverpool at half-time or in the first half, they knew it was pretty much game over and it could be a big scoreline for Liverpool. So I think it was more out of frustration and anger that De Gea reacted to the referee's decision. And of course, VAR overruled the referee and didn't give a goal, which I don't think was the correct decision, but it's all water under the bridge, doesn't matter now really. But I think that the way that the United players reacted showed that they are having a really tough, really difficult season, really stressful season. And Joe Gomez has spoken about Virgil van Dijk after he scored against Man United. This is what he said: "I'm buzzing for Virgil. Everyone knows how happy I am when he scores, and it's nice for us to put work in training on those set pieces, and then they come off. I don't think it's easy to measure what he does for us as a team. He's such a dominant character, a dominant player. He's a special player, and we are lucky to have him at the club. He's my big brother. He's a top player, a top person to be alongside." That's what Joe Gomez said. "It's been positive for me to get a nice run of games," he continued. "And I think the biggest thing is I'm trying to do my best to contribute to the team. We know just how important each and every game is, and on a personal note and as a team, I think we just focus on the next game. No one's getting ahead of themselves or thinking any further than the next game, and that's what's most important about this team. We have got so many characters in the dressing room as well as the manager to keep it like that. It's just about keeping our heads down, focusing and cracking on." And Joe Gomez just shows how greedy the Liverpool players are in saying that We would have liked to have had a bigger lead than 2-0 at the end of the Man United game, but the most important thing is we put in a good performance as a team. We saw it out, we rolled out the pressure at the end, and Mo finished it off for us. So there are positives to take from the game, and we know what this game means. On to the next one. We just focus on each game and the 3 points that are ahead of us at the time. We are not focusing on the points total or whatever. We are in this position and it's one that we are focused on, and we are just hungry to finish it off. What is very interesting to me is that Virgil van Dijk has spoken out about Harry Maguire, who became the most expensive centre-back or defender in world football when he signed for £80 million to Manchester United. This is what Van Dijk said about Man United's Maguire. I wish him well, good luck to him. I can't say anything about the transfer record fee because there was always going to be a time when it was going to change. That's the market, he doesn't have any influence on that. The price comes with pressure, but it doesn't change too much because you always have pressure at big clubs like Man United. Every club is doing their business in the market, every club has their own strategy. He doesn't have any influence on that at all. So I think that Van Dijk is very level-headed here, and he said he should just focus on doing what you love to do and play your best game, get your qualities out on the pitch, enjoy your game, don't think about the other things. It's not easy to completely shut off all the pressure. Personally, I like to put things in perspective. Quite a lot of things are more important than playing football and what we do. We are blessed, we can do what we love to do, and also to play for Liverpool. They are such a big club. You need to enjoy it, but the pressure will always be there. And Andy Robertson was asked about, does he think the title race is over? And he said, we would obviously love to say yes, but no. You are playing against your rivals who you have had great battles with over the years, and the fans probably want to rub it in a bit, but we are not getting carried away. Until the champion sign is above our heads, we don't believe anything. Yes, the lead is 16 points, but we know how tough it gets. We have beaten Man United, and in 3 days' time, we go away to Wolves, who are flying, and it's an incredibly tough game. We know how hard this league is and how the table can change in a couple of weeks, so it's up to us to stay 100% focused and not allow that to happen. If we do, then we keep ticking off the games and we hopefully get closer and closer. We can believe once the final whistle of that game goes. We don't think about the whole season, we go into every game to win. For us, that is the aim, because we don't want to get beat and drop points. But we have said it many times, we work game to game and it's worked well for us, so why would we change that now? Looking too far and thinking we can go unbeaten is pointless. We will just focus on Wolves and we go into a tough game trying to get the legs fresh, try and put in a similar performance and try to be more clinical. Fingers crossed we can do that, and then the games start getting less and less, and then hopefully we can be champions, but we are not thinking about that. The last 39 games have been incredible, but for us it is unfortunate it has not been in one season, it has been across 2 seasons. We keep going, we are on a good run just now, we are confident. 7 clean sheets on the bounce is massive, and long may it continue. We will let other people say that Liverpool will win the league or whatever, but I don't think anyone in that dressing room is believing that just yet, and I think we can see that with every performance we are putting in. That's of course, all the players and Jurgen Klopp has to say that, but I wonder what they think inside, what they think privately. Surely they think that they have one hand on the trophy at least. I don't think they think that they can just relax and the season is over, in terms of the Premier League season is over, but they must think that it's almost done now. But of course they will never say that publicly. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.